You'll be shocked by this. There are dances that literally defy the laws of physics, and today, you'll get to know each one of them. I guarantee you'll leave this video with your mouth open. Curious? Join us and let's go. Number 16. Otea. In the crystal clear waters of Tahiti, Otea unfolds as an explosion of energy and bodily precision that challenges our understanding of human movement. This traditional Polynesian dance transforms the dancers' bodies into living percussion instruments, where each hip beat synchronizes perfectly with the traditional drums. The most impressive aspect of Otea is the speed and control of the hip movements, especially those performed by the dancers. The famous tama movements are so fast that they seem to create an optical illusion, as if the dancer's hips operate independently of the rest of the body. This skill requires years of training and a deep understanding of the connection between music and movement. This journey through the world's most extraordinary dances shows us how different cultures have developed unique forms of expression that seem to defy the limits of the human body. Each of these artistic manifestations carries not only impressive technique, but also profound stories of resilience, spirituality, and celebration of life. They are living testaments to the human capacity to transform movement into magic, challenging our understanding of what is possible with the human body. Number 15. Kalbilia. In the deserts of Rajasthan, India, a dance has emerged that transforms humans into graceful reptiles. The women of the Kalbelia tribe, traditionally known as snake charmers, have developed movements that perfectly imitate the sinuous movements of snakes. Dressed in flowing black outfits that amplify each movement, they create hypnotic illusions that make the audience question whether they are actually watching a human dance. Kalbelia's movements are so precise that they require extraordinary muscle control. Dancers can spin continuously for several minutes while maintaining undulating movements with their arms and torso. Training begins in childhood and involves specific exercises to develop extreme flexibility in the spine. The music that accompanies the dance is produced by traditional instruments such as the pungi, a double flute that was traditionally used to charm snakes. This dance gained recognition from UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity in 2010, highlighting its importance in preserving the culture of the nomadic communities of Rajasthan. Number 14. Diving into tradition. Straight from the depths of Indian culture, Micom transforms wooden poles into stages for one of the world's most risky performances. Practitioners climb a 2.6-meter vertical column without any safety equipment, performing poses that combine strength, flexibility, and balance to astonishing levels. Every movement in Micom demands pinpoint precision. Performers perform inverted poses, full turns, and complex transitions, while remaining attached to the pole only by the pressure of different parts of their bodies. The muscle control required is so intense that practitioners develop a unique understanding of each muscle fiber. Training begins with basic strength exercises and progresses to increasingly complex sequences. The precision required is such that a small miscalculation can result in dangerous falls, making this art form one of the most physically challenging. I have a question for you. First, I'd like to tell you that it's possible to keep up with the biggest curiosities of our world every day. But for that, you need to be subscribed to our channel. So have you subscribed yet? If not, take the opportunity to subscribe now. Now that you've done that, let's go. Number 13. The Zuli Dance. In Ivory Coast, among the Guro communities, a cultural manifestation has emerged that has revolutionized the way we understand dance. Zuli, which originated in the 1950s, has become a hypnotic spectacle that makes spectators question whether they are actually watching a human being dance. The dancers, predominantly men, perform such rapid movements with their legs that they appear to float above the ground, creating an extraordinary optical illusion. The Zuli learning process is extremely rigorous, requiring up to 7 years of intense dedication. During performances, while the upper body remains practically motionless, the legs move at incredible speeds, creating a striking visual contrast. The dancers wear colorful masks and traditional costumes that further amplify the visual effect of the performance. Number 12. The ceremony of the Voladoras. This ancient Mesoamerican ritual, practiced mainly by the Totonaca and Nawa peoples, transforms 5 courageous participants into human birds. In a spectacle that combines courage and precision, the Voladoras climb an impressively high pole, reaching 30 meters above the ground. At the top, while one of the participants, known as caporal, plays sacred instruments, the other 4 launch themselves into the void, held only by ropes. The circular descent they perform is not random. Each Volador must complete exactly 13 laps, totaling 52 turns, a number that represents a complete cycle of cosmic renewal in Mesoamerican culture. Number 11. The Lion Dance. The Chinese lion dance transforms two dancers into a single majestic creature, creating one of the most impressive performances in Asian culture. This ancient tradition combines technical skill, physical strength, and choreographic precision in a spectacle that challenges the limits of the human body. The performers must develop perfect synchrony as one controls the elaborate lion head, performing complex expressions and movements, while the other must coordinate the body movements, creating the illusion of a living, energetic animal. The dance includes acrobatic leaps, feline movements, and interactions with the audience that seem impossible considering the complexity of the costume. Number 10. The Vimbuza Ritual. In northern Malawi, Vimbuza transcends the common definition of dance to become a complex traditional healing system. This unique manifestation combines intense body movements with specific rhythms that induce altered states of consciousness. Practitioners, mainly traditional healers, perform movements that progressively increase in intensity until they reach a state of therapeutic trance. The most remarkable aspect of Vimbuza is the precision with which the movements correspond to different physical and psychological conditions. Each sequence of steps and gestures is linked to a specific healing purpose, based on knowledge passed down through generations. The dancers develop a unique sensitivity to read the energies of the participants and adapt their movements accordingly. Number 9. Haka. The haka of the New Zealand Maori represents one of the most powerful expressions of strength and cultural unity ever created. Originally conceived as a demonstration of warrior power, this traditional dance combines precise movements, intense facial expressions, and vocalizations that create a visceral experience for both performers and spectators. Haka performers perform a series of synchronized movements that include body slapping, exaggerated facial expressions, including the famous tongue protrusion, and rhythmic shouts that echo with impressive intensity. Number 8. Capoeira Angola. In the slave quarters of colonial Brazil, a form of expression was born that combines dance, fighting, and acrobatics in a unique way. Capoeira Angola, the most traditional form of this art, features movements that seem to defy the laws of gravity. Practitioners, known as Angoleiros, perform movements such as the Ausemmo and the Macaco that require extraordinary body control. Capoeira Angola's unique feature is its ability to maintain movements close to the ground while performing complex rotations. Practitioners develop a unique form of locomotion called jinga, which serves as the basis for all other movements. This foundation allows them to transition between seemingly impossible positions with a fluidity that seems magical. The Capoeira Angola Circle is a unique spectacle where two practitioners play within a circle formed by other capoeiristas who play traditional instruments such as berimbau, atabaque, and pandeiro, creating a unique energy that enhances the movements. Number 7. Buto. Buto emerged from the ashes of World War II as a silent cry of the Japanese soul. This unique form of expression transformed the collective pain of a nation into movements that challenge our perception of the human body. The dancers, covered from head to toe in white powder, resemble ghosts who tell stories through contortions and intense facial expressions. During their performances, Buto artists move with hypnotic slowness, creating images that look like frames from a surreal film. Their bodies become living canvases on which the memories of a country devastated by war are painted. Number 6. Kathakali. Kathakali, which originated in Kerala, India, represents the pinnacle of dramatic bodily expression. This unique art form requires such a complete physical transformation that performers appear to transcend the human form. Preparation for a performance can take up to 6 hours, including applying elaborate makeup made with natural pigments and donning a costume that can weigh up to 30 kilograms. The most extraordinary element of this art is facial muscle control. Kathakali performers are able to move every muscle in their face independently, creating expressions that seem humanly impossible. Training includes exercises such as keeping the eyes moving continuously for hours without blinking and controlling each facial muscle individually. The training of a traditional Kathakali artist begins in childhood and lasts for at least 12 years. Practitioners undergo a rigorous exercise regimen that includes massages with special oils to make the body extremely flexible and develop exceptional muscle control. Number 5. Acrobatic Explosion. Originating on the streets of the Bronx in New York, breakdancing has revolutionized the way we understand the limits of the human body. B-boys and B-girls perform movements that seem to completely defy gravity, With head turns that can exceed 50 rotations per minute, dancers develop extraordinary muscular strength, especially in the arms and core, allowing them to perform feats that seem impossible. The power move, the most spectacular element of this dance, requires years of dedicated training. During its execution, dancers transform their bodies into veritable human gyroscopes, maintaining balance in positions that defy our understanding of basic physics. The windmill, for example, requires the dancer to continually spin while supporting themselves on different parts of the body, creating the illusion of a human windmill. The most impressive aspect is that many of these movements were created on the streets without any formal training in gymnastics or acrobatics. Number 4. Barat Antium. Originating in southern India, Barat Antium is considered one of the most complex classical dance systems in the world. This ancient art form combines precise mathematics with artistic expression on a level that defies comprehension. Dancers must master 108 basic positions called karanas, which can be multiplied into thousands of possible combinations. The most impressive aspect of this dance is the muscular control required to execute the movements. Dancers must maintain perfect geometric positions with their bodies while performing complex rhythmic movements with their feet. The eyes and facial expressions follow a specific code called navarasas, which represent 9 different emotions, each requiring precise facial muscular control. Training in Bharatanatyam typically begins at the age of 5 and takes at least 7 years to reach a basic professional level. Dancers must develop a deep understanding of rhythmic mathematics and body geometry. Number 3. Tarapi. In Indonesia's rich cultural tradition, Tarapi emerges as an artistic manifestation that challenges not only human limits, but also the element of fire itself. This spectacular dance transforms flames into extensions of the dancers' bodies, who manipulate the fire with impressive mastery. During the performances, the dancers perform precise movements with lit torches, creating luminous patterns in the air that mesmerize the audience. Preparation for this dance includes not only physical training, but also a deep spiritual connection, as practitioners believe that fire has purifying properties that bring them closer to the divine. Number 2. Sunken Treasure. In the icy waters off Jeju Island in South Korea, the Haenyeo perform a unique underwater dance. These traditional divers, some in their 80s, perform precise underwater movements while collecting seafood, remaining underwater for up to 3 minutes without breathing apparatus. Most impressive is the breathing technique, developed over generations, which allows these women to control their heart rate and oxygen consumption in an extraordinary way. Their movements are so efficient that they seem to glide through the water effortlessly, even carrying the extra weight of the seafood they have collected. This underwater dance requires exceptional mastery of body and mind, allowing the Haenyeo to work at depths of up to 20 meters in extremely cold waters. Number 1. Kumpo. In the heart of Senegal, one of the most intriguing cultural manifestations in West Africa emerges. Kumpo transcends the common definition of dance, transforming itself into a spectacle where the physical and spiritual worlds meet. The dancers, completely covered in costumes made from palm leaves, create a figure that seems to emerge directly from nature. The most striking aspect of this dance is the masterful use of a long pole fixed to the dancer's head. This element does not simply serve as adornment, it is an extension of the performer's own body, allowing for circular movements that challenge our understanding of balance. The turns and rotations performed symbolize the eternal connection between the worlds of the living and the ancestors. Now I want to ask you, what if there was a tribe that could literally do jumps that defy the laws of physics? Believe it or not, but it exists, and you will find out about it if you click on this video that is appearing on the screen. So, take advantage now and click to watch. Well, that's it, and until next time, Curious One.